Okay, this is the last one for you guys. So this is where the 29-gallon tank was. It's now outside, and I put another 29-gallon here. I took the one off my table. Yes, it's a mess. And I put it up here. This is the one with the geckos in it. I just kind of want to give you guys an update shot of these guys. Here's a harlequin for you. These are the crested geckos that we keep. This is one of the males. And something's going on with my phone because it's flickering. That's funny. But he's really pretty, and these guys are growing like no other. No joke. I think that the people that had them, they let their kids take care of them, and yeah, that drove me nuts. Because they're already gaining weight. Like, this is no joke. Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we've got some weight on these guys. That makes me happy. They were scaring me. They were pretty skinny when we got them, but that's to be expected. You know, they've got the proper moisture levels in their tank now. They're able to keep the heat that they need. The one you're looking at here right in front of us, this is my big female, and that's a little baby. So you can kind of see her head is like twice the size of his head. So this is 1 year, and these have to be 6 months, unless they've been fed and not kept proper. The gal said she had had these for a year, and there's no way, no freaking way, because when I bought her, she was this size. Let me see if I can find this Dalmatian for you. He's pretty cool. Here's the other one. So, comparison shot. There's the little male. Big ass female. So, you can barely see his head. I know it's a shot, but you got this here, and then her. I really don't want to pull them out, just because it's about nighttime. They're going to be running around this cage like crazy. Crested gecko diet changed every 2 days. Before, I could do crested gecko diet and not have to change it for at least 3, almost 4 days. Only because it wouldn't mold out. We kept it super wet. But the issue I'm running into with this tank, I think I talked about, was the ventilation issue. So we're looking at trying to take one of these glass top pieces. If you see how the light sits perfectly on just one piece of glass, I'm going to try and find some screen building material and literally take this piece of glass and slide to the center. Run the light right across the center here, and then take micro frames, basically. I'm going to make window frames and just run the venting front, and then I'll run a same size across the back. What we've been doing, especially with the heat, their humidity's been fine, but crested geckos don't like all the time heat because it can give them respiratory infections and things. So what we end up doing is we open the lid when we notice that the front window's fogged, and that's a great way to regulate how much moisture is in the tank. And then I'm only running one heater pad on this. The heater pad's designed for a 10-gallon, but if you can see where the substrate, this is all wet, it's got moisture in it, right about here in a nice big circle, that's my dry spot. That's where the heater sits. So that tells me that that area is dry and this is moist. And it's basically a color check. You can go, okay, this has no moisture in it, but you have heat, but this does have moisture. So I'm not trying to dry out the entire tank, especially with it being 85 plus. I just want a little bit of heat at night, and we'll eventually take our other heater pad and place it here, especially when we get into the winter months, and then I'll be able to check and make sure my moisture level, this is pretty good for me. We try not to keep it the is it EcoEarth? Yeah, EcoEarth too wet, because like I said, you can get white mold, fungus. You know, here's a little bit of mold going on right here. So we'll go through and we'll clean this piece again. But other than that, every couple days we'll go through like this. This is food. Somebody tried to eat and then climb up the wall. We'll wipe these down, we go through and pull any of these white mold specks that we'll get, and that's from the extra moisture in the tank. Focus. But like I said, it's not too bad. It's just one of those extra things I don't want to have to do because I've never had white mold in my tanks before. But yeah, there's a shot of the Gecko tank for you guys. Oh yeah, orchids, by the way. I still have a couple heads on this one. They're still bloomed, but I lost everything on this one. I got a new leaf coming in on the one behind it. This one's doing okay. This one hasn't had a new leaf yet. Once its leaf comes in, I'm going to cut this back because now this one's gone. And then I ended up going through and cutting this one down. And then we'll see if we get any new growth on these once we move. I've got a lot more light in the new place. And we'll see how it does. If not, I'm probably going to end up pulling one of them and sticking them in the tank with these guys. I had an orchid live for, I want to say, almost 7 months and rebloom inside of one of my terrariums before, so it's something I'm considering doing, but I might upgrade their tank at the same time and then make a custom terrarium where I can grow my own orchids and keep them alive. But like I said, work in progress. Just a quick update for you guys. Have a good night.